When I first saw Paul Simon, I knew he was a major star, and I've been friends with him for over 25 years. And last December, I presented him with the prestigious Kennedy Center honor. So really, this is about me. Here, performing his nominated song, Father and Daughter, from the Wild Thornberrys, is Paul Simon.
If you leap awake in the mirror of a bad dream, and for a fraction of a second you can't remember where you are, just open your window and follow your memory upstream to the meadow in the mountain where we counted every falling star. I believe the light that shines on you will shine on you forever. And though I can't guarantee there's nothing scary hiding under your bed, I'm gonna stand guard like a postcard of a golden retriever and never leave till I leave you with a sweet dream in your head. I'm gonna watch you shine, gonna watch you grow, gonna paint a sign so you'll always know, as long as one and one is two, there could never be a father loved his daughter more than I love you. As long as one and one is two, there could never be a father loved his daughter more than I love you.
Brushes the same years.
I live in the, we live in the present tense. Everything is, what are you doing now, and are you cooking, and do you have plans for the future? So I let the past be something that's just a backdrop.
Well, but it's a fantastic backdrop that has now earned you the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Grammys.
Isn't that lovely?
You pick it up on February the 23rd.
Right.
And you and Paul Simon.
That's right.
Will you actually go up together and collect it?
I don't know what the show will be. I expect it'll be something like that. There'll be the word thank you in there.
A time of innocence, a time of confidences. Long ago it must be, I have a photograph. Preserve your memories, they're all that's left you.
It's outrageous to line your pockets of the misery of the poor. Outrageous, the crime some human beings must endure. It's It's a blessing to wash your face in the summer solstice rain. It's outrageous, man like me, stand here and complain. But I'm tired.
Paul Simon has a new CD out, his first in 6 years.
My hair the color of mud, okay? And I'm tired. Anybody care what I say? No.
He says the muse comes less frequently now than she did when he wrote Bridge Over Troubled Waters in a day, and such classics as Me and Julio, Mrs. Robinson, and of course, Graceland. But the muse, she still comes.
Between the last piece of work that I finished and this, 9/11 occurred, my 60th birthday occurred. Those are events that they make you pause and think, what do I have to say, if anything? What's my justification for making a record?
Do you need a justification?
I do. So let's start with this. The justification can't be that I would like to have more money or more fame.
How can you live in the Northeast? How can you live in the South? How can you build on the banks of a river when the floodwater pours from the mountain? How can you be a Christian? How can you be a Jew? How can you be a Muslim, a Buddhist, a Hindu? How can you? We heard the fireworks, rushed out to watch the sky. Happy-go-lucky, 4th of July.
On the new CD, Simon brings his poetic observations to bear on the subject of war, from the cultural to the battlefield. He performed the haunting Northeast at Time Magazine's gala for the 100 people who shape our world, which of course includes him.
How can you live in the Northeast? How can you live in the South?
What are you saying to us in that one?
Everybody has a good reason for being who they are and living where they are. And the reason, you know, it's from the same heart. It's just human heart. So, you don't want to live in the Northeast? Okay, fine.
How can you be a Christian? How can you be a Jew? How can you be a Muslim, a Buddhist, a Hindu? How can you? We get the winter sun.
I think the idea that we are as polarized as we've been depicted by the media and by entrepreneurial polarizers, people who would like us to be polarized because they benefit financially or in power, I don't think that they're accurately portraying what's going on. We can't afford to have people not contributing to the intellectual and moral and spiritual wealth of the country because they feel that they have been excluded.
Nowhere is that clearer than in the song Simon says he wrote in the run-up to the Iraqi invasion, Wartime Prayers. He gave us a private rendition.
People are hungry for the voice of God. Hear lunatics and liars. Wartime prayers, wartime prayers, in every language spoken, for every family scattered and broken.
Are you a religious man?
No.
Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
What's the difference?
I don't really want to be directed as to how I should, you know, seek the answers to the questions. And I don't want to have to wear a certain type of clothing or go into a certain building or face one direction or another or read one book or another unless I want to. I'm just like a speck in the universe. I'm nothing. I'm living for a nanosecond. And so if it turns out that my belief That there was a creator is wrong? Okay, I was wrong, so I was wrong. I'm certainly not going to kill anybody over this belief.
And my will was broken by my pride and my vanity. Who's gonna love you when your looks are gone? God will, the lacking waters of flowers on your windowsill. Who's gonna love you when your looks are gone?
I met Brian Eno, whose work I'd admired for a long time. I showed him like the little beginnings of what I was doing, and he showed me, his sound palette, and he could just put it right on top of what I was doing. You could tell immediately that there was a marriage possibility between these two areas, his sound and what I was doing with the rhythm and with guitars. He provided, an inspiration that was great enough that songs blossomed from it. It wouldn't have happened had he not thought the way he thinks or put the sounds down that he makes. You can't make a record without really good collaborators. I mean, if Steve Gadd didn't have an inventive rhythmic mind and play patterns, then wouldn't have kicked me off into any direction.
And then she kissed me and I realized she probably was right. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. 50 ways to leave your lover. You just slip out the back, yeah.
What a brilliant song. You're just saying that might have been Steve Gadd there.
I'm sure it was. Steve was playing drums with us tonight and composed that drum lick that all drummers seem to know, 50 ways to leave your lover.
That's right. And Steve Gadd, one of the greatest drummers of all time.
Yes.
The other thing I was going to ask you is this, is that we've got some people, who are some of the people in this room tonight you're liking? I know you worked with Alan Toussaint, haven't you?
Just 2 weeks ago, we were at Jazz Fest in New Orleans, and we played together. Alan accompanied me and Irma Thomas on Bridge Over Troubled Water, which was a great thrill for me. I'm a big Irma Thomas fan. And Elvis I know for a long time, and David Gilmour I know for even longer, because he was reminding me today that, what year was that, David? Yeah, like 1964, when I was playing clubs and we got booked to play some debutante party in Oxford, and the both of us ended up, jamming on Johnny B. Good. So we know each other a long time.
You could have been part of the Pink Floyd.
I could have been. He could have been Simon and Gilmour too.
Yeah, exactly. Paul Simon, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks. Stuart.
One and only brilliant Paul Simon. Here, wait there, Paul.
And so it is with the new love song we end, the song he used to title the new CD, Surprise.
Everything about it is a love song. Everything about it.
You find yourself, after you've lived long enough, sort of amazed at everything. You're amazed that you're this age. You're amazed that things turned out. Surprised, maybe not. You're surprised.
Everything about it is a love song. Everything about it. From early in November to the last week of December, I got money matters weighing me down. Well, the music may be merry, but it's only temporary. I know Santa Claus is coming to town. In the days I work my day job, in the nights I work my night.